Welcome back to Age Lust. I'm Jessica, your host. I'm also a double board certified family nurse practitioner and menopause provider, and I'm your guide on this journey of aging. Our purpose here is to uncover the juiciness of aging and getting older, our changing bodies. And this is a segment I like to call 333. Those times where I wake up at 3:33 in the morning, fully alert with an active mind, thinking about all the shit I cannot solve and finding all the ways I think I can. This latest 3:33 was about booze, alcohol, a glass of wine. I have not had a drink since I was 25. I think that was 1996. January 6th, 1996 was the last time that I had alcohol. Now, I chose not to have alcohol because I grew up in AA and Al-Anon. And those really were my Sunday church. That was my religion. That's how I grew up. Some people are Catholic, some people are Jewish, some people are Methodist. Yeah. My family went to the AME church. My grandmother did. And my mother went to Unity. But really, I grew up in the rooms of AA. And there were certain things that stuck for me. One was if you black out, you're probably a drunk. Don't drink more than 3 drinks. It's the people that you hang around. And if you laugh at the stories, then you probably need to be in the room. So at 26, I had already blacked out, said things, did things that I shouldn't have, and found myself in situations that caused me a lot of harm. So I did what a lot of people do. I went back to church. But of course, my church had the big book and 12 steps, not 10 commandments, smoky rooms, cigarettes, and black coffee and cookies. I cannot say that in 26 years, I haven't wanted to drink. I think those first years were the hardest. And it wasn't that I had this craving. It was that people around me were drinking. They were taking the liquid courage. They were laughing. But I also realized that they were sloppy and gross, saying shit they shouldn't say, and feeling horrible the next day. The biggest thing about not drinking for me was that I never got to learn about wine from my dad. And it turns out that all alcohol is garbage anyway. Now, I know that's really upsetting because there are a lot of people who take their mixology very seriously. They take their wine very seriously, and I get it. But the majority of people my age now say, I can't do what I used to do. I can't drink the way I used to do. And when I used to be able to have 2 glasses of wine, I can have 1 and I'll still feel like shit the next day. Because it turns out that alcohol, your body doesn't see alcohol as anything else but poison. I'm not trying to be dramatic. I'm not trying to be puritanical. I love a bar. I love the atmosphere of a bar. I like the smell of spilled beer, but I hate beer. Like when I remember, it tasted like piss. It was just not my thing. But I love a bar. I like the atmosphere. I like the sound. Certain bars, not all bars. I cannot cannot do a frat bar, kind of like. But anyway, the point is, and I like the social experience, and I like opening a bottle of wine and pouring it and making people feel good. But I also know that I can feel good without alcohol because I haven't had it now in 26 years. Now the menopause space is coming around, and the longevity folks are coming around, and they're saying not even that one glass of red wine is good for you. It will cause inflammation. And the menopause space is saying red wine, any liquor is going to cause you to have a hot flash, or it could be the reason of your hot flashes. If you take that glass of wine to go to sleep, chances are you will not sleep well, or cocktail, you will not sleep well, and you will feel like shit the next day. So I'm here to tell you that it is very possible to have an outrageous, inappropriate life without the use of alcohol, number one. Number two, that science is pretty much saying that no alcohol, even the finest wine or spirit, is going to help your body at all. There's a great book called This Naked Mind by Annie Grace. And she not only talks about what alcohol does to the body, but she talks about what advertisement, marketing has done to the mind in wanting alcohol. It's really an excellent book. I would totally check it out. There's also Quit Like a Girl. If they're sober, dry humping. I would love to talk to her. Dry humping is about dating and sex. The reality is most folks probably have a balanced relationship with alcohol, meaning they can have one glass and stop, or they drink on occasion. But then there are other folks who have a harder relationship with alcohol, where there's not just one drink, where they need the blanket to cover them and hold them and make it all okay. I'm not going to say that AA is for those people, because only 5% in the history of AA, like only 5% of folks stay sober. And I know a lot of them, and there are a lot of great systems and different ways to deal with a sense of misuse. Those books are some resources. AA is obviously a resource because it's free, and the only membership to join is a desire to stop drinking. Like, you can be drunk and go to AA, heads up, just in case. And I know a lot of people are turned off by the concept of power greater than yourself. But let me just tell you something. Honestly, the ocean is bigger than you. A bus is bigger than you. There are lots of powers greater than you. There are resources out there. But the bad news is that if you've been having your glass of wine every night and you feel like shit the next day, it's because your body is like, I cannot regulate this poison. And if you're not somebody who particularly enjoys alcohol, thinks that people act like dummies when they drink, and the only reason you take a cocktail is to fit in and be part of the situation, well, good news, tides are turning. There are bars that have no alcohol, and there are liquor stores that are liquor free. So I guess they're like spirit stores. I go to one in particular. You're off the hook. That was my musing at 3:33, all about alcohol and the fact that more and more, I'm not the only one who's got a seltzer in their hand at the party. Thanks for taking a bit of time to listen. As always, you can catch me on the socials. If you're interested in working with me one-on-one, send me an email, send me a DM, slide up in there. And if you'd like to support the work that I'm doing, please subscribe, share, rate, review, all the things. And most of all, be gentle with yourself. Until next time, savor the sauciness of life. Stay lusciously gentle and embrace your juicy strength, and know that you have a fire and a force to be reckoned with.